Sam Ranison from Northumberland Area Command. This is truly a tragic case in which a 15-year-old girl with so much to look forward to in life has had her future taken away. Holly was a very popular girl and is sorely missed by so many. Our thoughts very much continue with her loved ones and friends following this devastating loss. I also want to pay tribute to the bravery of the boy who was attacked whilst coming to the aid of his friend. I would like to thank both families for their incredible strength and patience throughout this 7-week trial, and we will continue to support them in any way we can. I also recognise the impact the tragic event had on such a close-knit community on the evening and further afield. As a community, we all came together, and I would like to thank those who came to our assistance on that tragic day and those who provided information for our investigation and shared kind words of support to the families involved. The investigation team have worked tirelessly to bring the person responsible to justice. Thanks to their hard work and dedication, as well as continued support from the local community, the weight of evidence against the offender was so overwhelming that a jury found him guilty of murder and assault. His life and those of his loved ones have also been changed forever by the decisions he made that night. Violence has absolutely no place in society, and as a force we are committed to working with our partners to tackle such offending. However, each and every one of us has a role to play, and we must all come together to help prevent violence and knife crime. This includes continuing to educate our young people and talk to them about the pain and suffering caused by violence.
Hello, I'm Michaela Trussler and I'm Holly's mum. Firstly, we would like to thank the jury for playing such an important part in bringing Holly's killer to justice. As a family, it has been extremely painful to have to sit through a lengthy trial and reach this point. To think that Holly should have been collecting her GCSE exam results last week, but instead our baby girl's future was cruelly taken away from her. We are grateful to the many people who have shown their support as we continue to navigate a life without Holly in it. No result will ever bring our beautiful girl back, and we now respectfully ask that we are given the time and privacy to grieve as we come to terms with our devastating loss.
Michaela, what's the right punishment for him, would you say?
Holly Newton's mother there, Michaela Trussler, bravely delivering a statement after a 17-year-old boy was found guilty of the murder of her daughter, Holly Newton, in Northumberland last year. We also heard from Chief Superintendent Sam Ranison there from Northumbria Police, who have carried out this investigation and brought the 17-year-old to trial, found guilty today of Holly's murder. The police and Holly's mother there addressing a number of issues: knife crime, violence against women and girls. Holly should have been collecting her GCSE results over the last few days, but instead her family are without her and have asked for space to start the grieving process after today's verdict. Let's bring in Fraser Maud, who's been following events at Newcastle Crown Court for us today. And Fraser, the details that have been revealed throughout this trial, disturbing. A young 15-year-old girl stalked by a 16-year-old boy, resulting in her murder.
It's heartbreaking to see the impact that these acts have, isn't it? To see Michaela Trussler there, Holly's mum, bravely reading out a statement. She was more tearful in court. She's managed to compose herself as she came out here to read that statement. Incredibly brave of her to do so after a 7-week trial, hearing the gruesome details as to what happened on that day back in January 2023 in Hexham, when her daughter had left school with a group of friends, going into town to go shopping with them, just having a walk around town, and all the time, or for 45 minutes at least, we know of, according to CCTV images, followed by the 16-year-old youth who clearly intended to cause her harm. He'd followed her for a considerable amount of time. He then approached her to speak to her. She'd warned friends earlier in the day that she thought this boy was stalking her, and that she thought that the only way to get rid of him was to speak to him. There was an interaction. The boy later said that she was horrible to him when he did approach her, and that's when the attack happened. He claimed he didn't remember the attack. He claimed that he blacked out, and a psychologist in the court earlier during the hearing said that that is a potential side effect of PTSD, a PTSD which she believed may have been caused by the child's difficult upbringing. But the attack itself, brutal in nature, 36 injuries sustained by Holly. A kitchen knife was used in the attack. The boy said he had taken the kitchen knife into town but intended to only use it to harm himself or to perhaps even take his own life. 12 stab wounds to Holly's face, head, back and chest, 19 other slash wound injuries, including to her arms as she tried to protect herself. And we heard there Chief Superintendent Renison saying that the young man who tried to save Holly, who tried to step in, was also injured, and the 17-year-old found guilty of wounding him, as well as being found guilty of Holly's murder. It's been an incredibly difficult 7 weeks for the family. They now wish to grieve in peace. The next stage in this process, the judicial process, will happen at the end of October, when the 17-year-old youth who appeared via a video link here today will once again appear in court here in Newcastle to be sentenced for the murder of 15-year-old Holly Newton.
Fraser, thank you. Fraser Maud outside Newcastle Crown Court.